This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
All right, we're still going strong. If you're sticking with us, what we're doing is we're clearing out these drawers. We're totally doing it live. This isn't a drill. Let's do it. Okay, so last week we did we drained the bullshit drawer. We drained the not news / fast food. That's all empty. Education is empty. Empty. Dude. Foreign lands gone. Sex you gone. Spookery's gone. Bullshit gone. Blah news gone.
Blah.
So blah. Podcasting. Today's you've been waiting for it, folks. It's the day where we back to back. Blah. We do the science and technology / animals drawers. Blah. Let's just get right to it.
All right.
Because, we're keeping this energy up. We're trying to get all this stuff, all these headlines out the door, out the gate. It's a liquidation sale, Nathan.
Everything must go. Oh, Greece must go. For some reason.
I'm Sam.
I'm Nate.
Don't you question my methods. What we normally do is listen, I'm strict but fair. What we normally do is we take headlines and we read them, but we don't read the articles because facts just get in the way.
Yep.
We have a conjecture-based comedy podcast conversation about what could they be about.
Yeah, what's that all about?
At the end of the episode, we do give ourselves one card to or coin. No, it's a card.
Yeah, it's a card. It's a card.
Coin seemed right.
I think we did have a coin. Didn't we have a coin? We had a coin. We've had all kinds of nonsense. We had a coin. Do we have a coin? We had a coin at some point. We had some kind of a coin.
The card we play. We can click one of the headlines and figure out what it is actually about. And then there's a phantom coin out there in the podcast ether that does something.
I don't remember what it did, but we had a coin at some point. I know we did. I don't know what it. Flipping the coin. That does
ring a bell.
Yeah.
If you guys want to send us headlines, and you should, you guys can do that at Royal WeCast on Twitter. Or, now to come to think of it, I never check the Twitter. Do you check the Twitter, Nate?
I check the Twitter.
Okay, good. Because I was like, I've never drained that.
Yeah.
Never drained. Yeah. Or you can also email us at Royal Week or Royal WeCast at gmail.com. You can also talk to us live, chat with us live, the power of twitch.tv/Royal WeCast.
The power.
You see, there's a theme. You guys have seen the theme?
Yeah.
It's Royal WeCast. Anyway, let's get into it, Nathan.
Let's do it. I'm excited for this. I am a mole.
We're trying to drain it. Well, we're going to open up with the science drawer.
Okay.
Now, I don't have much in there.
Okay.
But what's in there is good.
It's powerful. It's powerful science. I always like the science drawer because I get up to some fucking nonsense sometimes.
Now, so these are both kind of in a similar vein, each of these headlines. So let me start with the first one here.
All right.
It turns out that Juggalo makeup blocks facial recognition technology.
That's great.
Which, of course, it does. I guess.
Yeah. Just make your face look like another face, and it's going to fool it.
That wasn't their game. That wasn't their game, right?
No.
What's up with Juggalos?
I like to think that it was. I like to think that they're just on a whole other level, and people just take them as a fucking bunch of yahoos, but they've got this whole other thing going on. They're really subvert like the state. Like they're really in there.
I don't know. I don't know. But I would bet good money that no, they're just a bunch of chuckle fucks.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've been into the Juggalo realm before a few times.
Yeah,
where they've gotten up to some goofy stuff. But
yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with Juggalos. Yeah, they had an elephant. I think we talked about at one point.
Yeah, there was something with an elephant.
But they I think they hurt the elephant somehow. They made the elephant sick by putting that stupid ass makeup on it.
I think so. Yeah, I think it got sick because they covered it in makeup, and it somehow like the elephant was like, "Ooh, not meant for me."
The thing about having Juggalo makeup, because I think about this all the time. Sometimes like a opportunity to present itself. Now, I'm not a bad guy, but I sometimes have bad thoughts. Listen, I'm just human.
Sure.
And I'll think, I could steal that right now, right? Or I could take that or whatever, right?
Right.
But I think anyone who's seen me doing it, how many white guys walking around are there?
Oh, here? Yeah, for sure.
You know, like,
yeah, you get
because I'll get got.
Yeah.
So then this brings up an interesting thing where they're not recognizing your face, but you're still wearing Juggalo makeup. How many of you
Exactly.
are there?
Yeah, they're like, well, we don't know. Unless there's hundreds of Juggalos running around, like, yeah, you're still going to be the one dude wearing fucking clown makeup in public. Like, you're still going to be easy to find.
Yeah, and I bet you Juggalos fit a pretty, like, they like, okay, you know, like you could probably run a background check and kind of figure out if you were a Juggalo or not, or if you match the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. Hey.
So, yeah.
It's, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying all the time? Because I think, like, in my neighborhood, there's like one super tall white guy, and there's me. And I've never seen another white guy here. I've seen there's like a Hispanic looking lady.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like as a foreigner, I feel extra
noticeable.
Like noticeable, and I gotta be on good behavior.
Yeah, for sure. And also here, there are cameras everywhere. Like if you start looking around, I mean, it's crazy. When you start looking around, there's like multiple cameras on every street corner. Like you can't get away with anything.
And who is consulting those cameras, I wonder?
I don't know. Like I think about that. Like there's got to be like a central hub somewhere with people sitting in, and I like to think there's like hundreds of little TV screens, and it's someone's job to just sit there and watch them.
Do you think it's like that, or do you think it's like how a dash cam works, where it just is always recording? It just records to a hard drive, and then when you get an accident, you just take the hard drive and then it recovers.
That's probably what it is. It probably just keeps like the last 24 hours or something, and then if something like a crime gets reported, they can just pull the footage from those local cameras. That's the way I would think it would work.
You're not kidding, man. There are cameras everywhere.
It's crazy. Like they're everywhere. If I saw a thing a while back where like they used that, like some guy, if it wasn't even for like malicious like nothing even bad happened, he like lost something. I forget what it was, and they used those cameras
to find something he lost. What the hell?
Yeah, he like left something in a cab or something, and they couldn't figure out like what the cab and they actually used the street cameras to track down where the cab went. And then that's wild. Yeah, they found it that way because there's so many cabs, and he couldn't remember. They didn't know what like it was easier for them to use the street cameras to track down where that cab went at the end of the day than it was to just like go through all the cab companies and yeah.
Well, that speaks to this country too, is because like from multiple Taiwanese people have told me that police officers are essentially lost and found.
Yeah.
Like they're just glorified lost and found because like they're not pulling people over
because nothing really happens.
They're not enforcing traffic laws.
No, they're absolutely not.
Oh my God, dude! Did I tell you I saw an accident?
Oh no!
I was coming home from KFC. You know, I was having them nights I was gonna get a little chicken in me, and I was walking back, and this guy, I don't know if he stopped short. I didn't see the beginning of it. I just saw the results, and this scooter got just slammed by a sedan.
Oh damn!
And then I just saw the guy go flying. He went maybe like 6 feet from his scooter. His scooter slammed to the ground. His mirror broke the mirrors and stuff. And then he landed.
Oh man!
He got back up, and he didn't stand, but he sat up and he was just kind of on the ground. And I was sitting there with my chicken, like, should I get involved? I feel like my inability to speak Chinese is going to make this complicated.
Just make it worse.
I was like, I'm going to go home and eat my chicken. Hope that guy's all right.
Because nothing like that really happened. I remember the big thing on the news when it was actually for a couple days. I was somewhere waiting on food, and they had the news on the TV.
Oh, always, yeah.
The big story, like the big breaking story, was they were on the hunt for this guy who was just keying cars. He was like scratching up cars, and they had this footage of this guy, and they were like, if you see him, report him. And it was like it was like a murder spree, but it was just a guy keying cars. Like that was the big criminal thing happening at the moment.
I remember when we used to live down there in Taipei, that little chicken place had the news, and
that's where it was. That's where
was it?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I was watching one night and there was waiting for my chicken. And there was a news of like a kid riding by on a scooter, just snatching people's cell phones as he like went past them on the street.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does that make you know how many people are up to no good in New York City or Chicago or something like that?
When we used to live in Florida, every day it was like there was like 30 minutes of the news dedicated to how many people got shot in the face. It was just like every day it was like the murder, this person was killed.
I mean, hell, we saw a guy get shot.
Yeah, we saw a guy.
We were playing Dungeons and Dragons and we heard gunshots.
We tried. That was one of the few times, because I remember saying like, if people have tried to get me to play throughout the years, and that was and I have since then, but that was like the closest I ever came. And right before we started playing, a guy got shot. shot. It was like, blah, blah. And I was like, what was that? I was like, dude, that was gunshots. And everybody was like, no, it wasn't. And I was like, yeah, it was. That was gunshots. And then we walked out on the balcony. That guy walked around the corner. Was like, brr, and just like collapsed on the ground. We're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, ruined some of my good towels.
Yeah, we spent the rest of the fucking night talking to the police and like patching wounds. Yeah, it was wild.
Whatever, like Taiwanese people, students or adults or other teachers like tell me like, oh, dangerous. America's not that crazy, right? Like you've never seen anyone get shot. And I was like, well,
yeah,
I have.
Yeah,
only once.
Yeah, only once.
Only one guy. So here's another one in kind of the same vein.
No, yeah, we're podcasting.
AI-powered camera. Okay, so you're sensing a theme, yeah?
Yeah.
AI-powered camera keeps mistaking lineman's bald head for ball during football match.
Okay. Wait.
So
who's bald
there must
head?
be some sort of football game, soccer game, and there's a camera that follows the ball.
Right.
But then the referee, or so I don't know what a linesman is, walks by and it goes,
thinks his head's the ball. That's really funny. I love that little things like that can just, because it's like cutting edge technology, but it gets fucked up by some dude's head. That cracks me up.
Right? That's like, I've heard that Tesla cars, they are self-driving cars, they do not understand kangaroos.
Yeah, because it would be like, is that a person or an animal?
What is that? And the way it moves, it's like, stop car, stop the vehicle.
We don't know what that is.
That is really funny how like you spent all this time writing the code, and putting all the cameras and getting all the high tech stuff, and then a kangaroo shows up. Like we didn't think about kangaroos.
It's like we don't know what to do with that. Yeah, that cracks me up.
But bald guy,
just a bald head. The computer's like, oh, can't quit looking at man's bald head. Yeah, that's really funny. That it just the
ghost in the machine, man.
Yeah, the pinnacle of technology just gets broken down by the dumbest little things. Bald-headed kangaroo.
I bet you like here's a weird thought. So robots become sentient. We got these fuck robots we talked about last week.
Oh yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then I wonder if robots will have preferences, like a certain kind of people they want to fuck.
I mean, if you give them enough free will, I guess they would.
Right. I bet you bald people will be up there.
So if you start giving robots that much, I mean, they might as well just be people. If a robot can determine who it wants to fuck, I mean, it's going to be voting. I mean, why not?
Well, I think who it wants to fuck is way down the line.
Then who's going to rule the country? Rule the country.
Well, hold on. How did we get there? Mm-hmm. I guess, because I imagine like prostitutes have a opinion about the Johns.
Sure,
they must.
Sure, I'm sure. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I mean everybody's like, if you don't want to fuck them, you don't want to fuck them.
But robots,
money or not,
robots would just fuck. But what I mean, I guess, what am I trying to express here? So like the cameras or something about the experience.
I guess why would you be programming? I guess that would just be that would be a different thing. If you're just making a fuck bot, you wouldn't give it.
It doesn't have fetishes.
Yeah, you wouldn't give it the ability to not fuck, because that would be like shooting yourself in the foot. If you're a fuck bot, but if you're trying to make a robot as real,
I guess what I'm saying is,
as to a person as possible, then that would be a different experiment, and then you would give the robot the choice of who it wants to fuck.
Getting turned down by a fuck robot, man. Like you're programmed to fuck, but not you.
Not you, Beetle Boop. Yeah.
This is where I draw the line.
Why are you talking like that? And that's just the way I talk.
This way I've been programmed. Like you would never program a fat robot. No, wait, let me back up.
Program a fat robot.
So this camera, what I'm saying is,
I was programmed to be fat.
Maybe the camera, no, it's not this. It's not this. But imagine the camera likes bald men.
Okay.
Right? This AI controlled, they're like, it knows what a ball is. Like it definitely knows, but it wants to look at that guy's head. It just can't stop it.
Yeah, it just likes bald heads. Then you've made that camera too smart for its own good.
Well, but maybe it's not.
If it can't do its job because it likes bald heads, then it's gone too far. You need to dumb it down a little bit. So just be like, I'm just doing my job.
It's a living. But what I'm saying, stop.
You got to do what you got to do.
But okay. You remember? I'm sure you've heard this story. You know when they made the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I've heard that story.
And they had the CGI. You've heard of? Yes, I've heard the story of the Lord of the Rings. Well, okay, way back in the beginning, there was a Meyer named. No, anyway. Well, I sidetracked myself.
Something.
Okay, Lord of the Rings, when they were making the battles, they had these big battles with like, thousands of orcs and humans and elves all fighting.
Yeah, right.
Well, to do the CGI, they had to make this special program.
Right.
Because they couldn't just sit there and animate all that. So they made a program basically like an RTS thing. They'd just fight each other.
Right.
Well, they put all the parameters in, and every time they would do it, like 5 or 6 guys in the back of the armies would just leave.
Just run away.
But they didn't program. They're like, you're supposed to fight. The armies are supposed to fight. But then some of them would be like, I'm out. I don't want this. And they did not program that.
Uh-huh.
So what I mean is like, maybe this AI robot is not sentient. It's not capable of thought.
Uh-huh.
But like, there's this like emergent fetish.
Where it likes bald heads.
Emergent fetish is definitely the title.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Emergent fetish.
Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the robot is not capable of thought. It's like, okay, I'm going to make another reference to a movie. You remember in Spider-Man 2 when or 3 maybe, when Sandman is like born and the sand like turns into a hand and it falls back in the sand?
Oh, yeah.
So this is like a robot like, ball, ooh, bald man, ball.
Okay, what that have to do with Sandman's hand?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Do you? Because I'm not sure I know what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't know about the Sandman thing, but I know I know that happened in the movie, but I don't know what that had to do with. You remember in Spider-Man 2 and Sandman, and then it was ball. What are you talking about?
I mean, like baby steps. Like he did turn into a man at first.
Oh, okay. He just kind of turned into, okay, that was the emergent.
He was like, emergent fetishes.
Yeah.
So like it's a robot. It can't think. It can't govern. It can't choose who not to fuck. But it likes bald men.
And it doesn't know why. It just doesn't know. Yeah. All right.
Well, let's close. Yeah. That's the science drawer.
It. That was all right.
There's only those 2 in the science drawer today.
Okay.
We got a lot of animals though.
Ooh, I like the animal drawer.
So this is pretty topical news. All this talk about the coronavirus vaccine.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, coronavirus vaccine could result in 500,000 shark deaths.
What? Okay, go on. How?
I don't know enough about vaccines.
Yeah, exactly, because that's just the headline. Facts just get in the way. I don't know what.
What do you remember? We've been doing, this is episode like 200, man.
I know, and I'm like, wait, well, tell me more. I'm like, no. We can't. Them's the rules. Why? I mean, I have no idea. 500,000 shark deaths.
Because I don't imagine they use sharks as part of the
testing,
the secret sauce.
Yeah, or like something that's in it.
We're not testing vaccines on sharks.
No, I wouldn't think. I mean, the feedback level seems way low.
Turns out the closest thing to man is shark.
And how do you feel?
Cold.
I mean, I don't even know where to go with that because I have no.
How could the vaccine result in? So if they're not using the shark, so if they're not using something from the shark, right? What they're going to vaccinate? Maybe they're going to vaccinate, and now more fishermen can go out and fish, and that's going to kill sharks.
It probably is some convoluted nonsense like that.
You think it's like a couple steps away?
Yeah, something like that. 500,000. Because if you think about that on global pandemic terms, 500,000 sharks is a lot. It sounds like a lot, but then if you're thinking on the level that they're wheeling out this vaccine, it also doesn't seem like a lot.
I agree.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't think it's every vaccine's killing a shark.
No.
Hey, listen. We're gonna inoculate you against this new virus, but we're gonna kill a shark.
Yeah, for every vaccine it kills a shark. That's the thing they don't tell you.
That's what China's like. Listen, we're gonna get this this shark fin soup made one way or another. We will give you the vaccine, but we are going to kill a shark.
I'm thinking that's probably what it'll be. It's that fishermen can get back out and start catching shark fin soup again, or not catching the soup, but catching the sharks.
Catching the soup. Have you had? I've had that before. Have you had that?
No, I've seen it on menus, but I've never tried it. I've heard it doesn't taste like anything.
I was at a super fancy wedding. It was a nice soup, but I couldn't tell you what part of it was the shark fin.
Yeah,
I mean, their soup game in Asia is kind of out of control. Would you agree? The things that get labeled as soup and the experiences of soup.
Yeah.
It's like some stuff is like almost gelatinous and that's soup.
Yep.
And then there's like.
They'll throw like, in kanji's a whole big thing.
Oh yeah. I'm into a good kanji.
Yeah, me too. I've never had it until I moved here. It's like super tasty cream of wheat. or something. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
I think it's like chicken broth soaked rice.
Yeah, it's rice for sure. Yeah, I've had some good ones. They're when they're good, they good.
Well, man, food. Let me tell you.
But then you'll get soup sometimes, and it's just like a whole fish in it.
Yeah,
and it's just like that's the soup, and
bones and all.
Yeah, bones, a whole head, and eyeballs and everything.
Or a whole. They love to put bones in soup here. You'll have a bunch of chicken with just bones in it in your soup. Like I can't. I gotta pick bones out of my soup. I didn't think there was gonna be bones in this.
There's that like medicinal soup, which is super tasty.
Oh, I love it. I call it Christmas soup.
Yeah, it's got I can't describe the taste, but it's super good.
It's like Christmas. It's the way Christmas smells.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it looks like something died in a swamp. Like you get this bowl full of just bones and this like super dark brown broth, and it looks.
Yeah, it looks like what a witch should be mixing.
Yeah, it looks horrific, but it's delicious.
It is goddamn
but
good.
just to look at it, it looks like a nightmare.
Well, they put all kinds of crazy stuff in there, man. Mm-hmm. They got all kinds of. There's like pig intestine.
There's everything, and it's supposed to make you feel good, make you feel real good.
I want some now. Mm-hmm. There's a place right next to Yesh. Man, we're just talking about. Are we both hungry?
I think so.
Okay, here's another one. In Animal Drawer,
right.
Birds sang a sexier tune during the San Francisco's coronavirus lockdown. Study finds.
What?
So when everyone was locked down in San Francisco, those birds, they started singing sexier songs.
Oh, probably because people ain't out fucking with them, and they can really let their pipes shine.
Yeah, probably like,
That's probably what it was beforehand, because they're having to just scream over people like, come on, who wants the fuck? Who wants the fuck?
And then it was like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Come on, girl.
Let me get it real low.
There ain't no people out about tonight. So let's sing this song the way it was supposed to be.
That's really funny that it's so loud that they have to be like, hey.
Yeah, come on,
let's fuck. Let's make eggs.
Let's make some eggs, baby. And now they're like, ooh, let's get them eggs. Let's get them eggs making.
I'm a sexy bird.
Sexy bird.
I'm a real sexy bird.
I'm baba 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 boom, making eggs, baby.
It's got to be that. There was no people around. Birds sang a sexier tune. So it's probably sexier in that like they were, it was easier for female birds to be attracted to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just not as many people out making noise. They can really just focus on making their love song. That's gotta be.
We got it, man. We got it. We figured it out.
Yeah, we nailed
these headlines. We nailed them all. We don't even need to read them. We don't need to click them. We know what it is. Yeah. Here's another one. 3 men kidnap turkey from zoo, force feed it vodka to celebrate birthday.
Woo. There's a lot going on there.
Now,
whose birthday?
Was it
the turkey's
birthday? You and I both came to the same conclusion.
Congratulations, buddy. Force feed it vodka. Can you imagine trying to get a turkey to do fucking anything? And what kind of zoo has a turkey in it? What janky ass fucking hobo zoo has a turkey in it?
That's a good point.
I've been to a ton of zoos in my life, and I've never seen a turkey at the zoo.
Taipei Zoo has raccoons, which always makes you laugh.
That is funny, yeah,
because they just suck. They're everywhere in America. We're like,
yeah, they're not a thing here, so they're just like, oh, there's a raccoon. And you can get dangerously close to the pandas, or not the panda, the koala bears at the Taipei Zoo.
Yes, you can.
They're just right there. If they decided to go at you.
I thought about that, but those monkeys. There's like a big pit of monkeys that's like separated by not that much water.
Yeah.
It feels like a monkey's a dexterous animal.
I feel like those monkeys could leap that water and get under your face.
Like there's like kids eating the hot dogs and stuff. Why haven't they jumped out? I mean, they obviously the zookeepers know more than us.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I would venture a guess.
Yeah, but they're just wild monkeys. I mean, we've talked about that before. We went to that national park here.
Oh yeah,
and those big ass monkeys just come up out of the trees and are just right there, and people are like getting way too close. And I'm like, dude, I've seen too many fucking wild videos on the internet to even think about fucking with a monkey.
Yeah, I don't even like being near a monkey.
Like, I was about 10 feet away, and I was still like, I'm getting a little further back because that thing could...
Was that with Jordan when your buddy came?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's funny. I've been to that same rest stop a couple times since then. That's like the one place you can go to a Family Mart, like anywhere near that place.
Yeah. I was like, don't fuck with the monkeys, man. Like, those things can just pull your face off.
You're just pull the hand off your wrist. So you know how animals will like eat fermenting fruit?
Yeah, and get a bit wonky.
They'll get a little bit of a booze in them.
Yeah.
But vodka is on another level to that.
And how do you know?
Like a monkey.
Yeah. How do you know if a turkey's even drunk?
Well,
a turkey has like 6 movements. Like, how do you know when you've got it? I would never know if a turkey was fucking drunk or not. They just bop and goop around anyway. I guess it would just fall down.
I imagine a fermenting apple is probably like a little bit of hard cider, like a right? But vodka is firewater.
Yeah, and you're just pouring it into an animal.
Not even like a monkey's not going to want to drink vodka.
No.
They're not going to, like us as humans, we're dumb, but we can see what the ends justify the means, you know?
And a monkey is, I'm just going to say, I would think it's got a lot more going on upstairs than a turkey.
Turkey's got almost nothing going on upstairs.
Yeah, so a turkey, it has no fucking clue what's happening. It doesn't know you've even rescued it from the zoo. It doesn't know what's happening. All it knows is you're hurting it.
And making it drink poison.
Making it drink poison.
I bet you it doesn't even know that.
No.
It just thinks hurt.
Yeah. Help. What's that? Happy birthday, turkey.
3 men.
Yeah.
3 men.
Grown men. And now they could go to jail for that. Of all the things worth going to prison over, it's not getting a turkey drunk, stealing a turkey and getting it drunk. That's not why you want to be there.
Let me say this. I bet you that turkey probably delicious. Maybe it'll feed it vodka, but if you got a good, like a coconut rum.
Oh, make it taste a little coconutty.
You know what I'm saying? I bet you if you got an animal drunk and then you ate it.
Yeah.
Talk about marinating that meat, you know?
You're tasting the party.
That's got to be, but the point I was saying before was an animal will eat a fermenting apple and probably drink a beer, right? We've all heard stories of
bears drinking beers. Yeah.
We've all heard, we've said most of them stories on this podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't think animals will drink vodka. I think vodka is there. We go, wow, what's this?
Unless you're a fucking Russian bear huffing jet fuel, then you might get into some
that's
vodka.
right. Yeah, that's right. Well, okay. Russian bears aside.
Any other animal but Russian bears. I mean, if you've made the leap to where you're huffing jet fuel, vodka's probably, not even doing it for you anymore.
No.
Huffing jet fuel.
I have had, Russia, we talk about Russia a lot, and I've been watching, I watched Chernobyl, for example, or there's you watch Queen's Gambit on Netflix?
I've not seen it yet.
You got to watch that, man. But there's spoil, she eventually goes to Russia, right? Chess. And the way that they, show Russia, I'm like, fuck. Russia's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Like their architecture and they're very intellectual and stuff. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Because I've only ever seen Russia shown as from CCTV footage of big bald guys poisoning politicians. You know what I mean? Like that's my impression of Russia.
Or people bungee jumping, homemade bungee jumping off buildings. Old. Yep. Yeah. Well, I think the problem it lost its shit in the 80s, after the Soviet Union collapse. I think it got a little wild, and there's a lot of remnants of that because it just kind of went fucking crazy for a while. But there still is, man. You can find there's abandoned cities, something out of like a survival game or something. It's just a whole city that nobody lives in.
I saw a video, I think maybe you showed it to me, of a guy with a laser pointer up in the 50th floor or 15th floor of a building, shining it down, and there's a whole pack of 40 dogs chasing this laser.
Yeah, big pack of wild dogs.
Like a ton of them.
Yeah.
Dozens of them.
Yeah.
In the middle of this city.
Yeah. And there's video, I have to find it somewhere, but they literally take a rope and just jump off the top of a fucking building. They make a homemade bungee jump. And it looks, talk about tempting fate, man. It's crazy.
We should do an episode where we just do a bunch of Russian stuff. Just find the craziest Russian stuff from history, from news.
There's
Russian videos.
Yeah, there's
we could easily do that.
Definitely. There's definitely enough.
Which one do you want to click here? Oh, well, hold on. Should we empty the drawer? Let's empty the whole animal drawer and then get out of here.
All right, sounds good.
All right, okay, hold on. Edinburgh Zoo has denied that it employs a penguin erector.
What?
I think that means to make them stand back up if they fall down.
Oh.
Or to
like a fluffing, fluffing the penguin.
Penguin dicks.
I believe that when she said make stand back up, because I've heard of that. I thought that you said that they denied it, but I thought that was a real.
Why would they deny it?
Yeah, I don't know why you deny it, but I seems like I've heard that it may not be the same zoo, but I've heard that's a real job, that penguins will fall down. And for some reason they can't get back up, so someone has to go stand. Their job is to make penguins stand up.
But how do they deal with that in the wild?
I don't know. But I've heard that. That's not the first time I've heard of that job. I thought it was a real thing. It may not be. It may be made up. But that's not the first. It's not the first time I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do we want to play the card on that?
What? There was another one that we couldn't. What was it? Was
There's the kidnapped turkey.
yeah. I mean that kind of. I mean that's stupid, but it's kind of self-explanatory. I think.
Is it?
I mean, just why?
Why do they do it? And what were the consequences?
Yeah, what are the consequences?
Because we read about that story about those guys who took that. They got caught taking a bear to get ice cream.
Yeah.
Who's partying with animals?
Just feel like let's take the bear to get ice cream, and then somebody told on them is what it was. Like they've been doing it for a while, and then somebody told on them.
Coronavirus vaccine could result in 500,000 shark deaths.
That one was the one that I'm. But my guess is, like you said, it's like it's down. That's down the line somewhere. You know what I mean? It's not directly related. It's more like
I'm thinking we got to click this turkey.
Let's do it.
The other ones, like the AI ones, are pretty. Let's do turkey. Let's play the card. 3 men kidnapped turkey from zoo, force-feeded vodka to celebrate birthday. Oh, this happened in Latvia.
no.
Close to Russia. Close to Russia. Police in Latvia have arrested 3. Well, maybe it was vodka. We could have guessed that. From a private zoo. The escapade occurred early on Wednesday in the capital city, Riga, where security camera footage show 3 men dressed in black breaking into the mini zoo and stuffing the turkey into a black bag.
The mini zoo. A private mini zoo. What the hell's... Okay.
They then went to the beachside resort of a place called Jurmala, which means turkey's speech in Latvian.
What?
Okay. So they brought it.
Then So they thought this out. We're going to get the turkey, take it to the turkey beach.
So it's like they brought it to like what, Gobble Gobble Beach.
Yeah, right.
And they headed to the beach to drink and also forced vodka down the bird's beak. The party was over when the police noticed the men with the turkey and arrested them for burglary and trespassing. What?
The police just saw him hanging out on the beach.
The turkey was returned to its home.
Not its home. Not its home.
One of the suspects was clearly celebrating. Returned. No. It was returned to its home later. Appeared on local TV, unharmed but visibly hungover. What's a visibly hungover turkey look like?
It's like a big fucking booger, like they always look like.
Oh fuck.
Hey, you would never know that a turkey was hungover unless someone told you.
One of the suspects was celebrating his 34th birthday, and the other 2 decided to celebrate it this way, said Inga Zonberga. Inga Zonberga.
It's a good name.
Sounds like a name you made up.
Inga Zonberga, stealing the birda, getting him drunk on the beach.
The criminal police chief in West Riga district told, now the trio faced criminal charges for burglary, trespassing, and an organized group. Adding suspects have been previously fined for hooliganism and a string of other misdemeanors.
Hooliganism.
Hooliganism.
They never learn, man. Once a hooligan, always a hooligan.
I mean, that wasn't a bummer. I mean, it was exactly what the headline said.
I'm glad that was the non-bummer.
We did it. We found one.
But now this dude, but now the guys are going to jail for stealing a turkey, just like we said.
What a reason to go to jail. You're right.
What a reason. Especially in fucking Latvia or whatever. I bet there's some hard-ass fucking motherfuckers in some Latvian prison. And you're in there for stealing turkeys. You're going to have a rough weekend, man.
But I wonder, though, if there's so much roughness going on, are they going to put you in jail for stealing a turkey?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what Latvian rules are.
I don't know that. I mean, who's to know? Speaking of the law and crime, the next 2 drawers coming up for next episode are crime and the law.
Nice. Those are some good drawers, too.
We got drawers. And then we got to fill these drawers back up.
Yeah.
Which will happen easily.
Yeah, that won't be hard. There's more. We're getting out all this ancient Greece. Some of this stuff has been in there for years.
Yeah, some of it references stuff that's clearly not happening in a couple of years.
Right. Yeah. Clear it out. Get some new stuff in there.
Yeah, once they get these sexual robots really figured out, we're going to really be starting talking about stuff on this podcast. That's going to do it for us this week. I want to thank Kishibashi for letting us use his song Intro/Pathos off the album 151A. Mm-hmm. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you guys have been submitting headlines, but we're trying to clear the drawer out.
Yeah,
we're trying to clear everything cleared out that will fill it. We'll populate it with your stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that.
If you want to send us headlines, and you guys can do that at Royal Weekcast on Twitter, royalweekcast@gmail.com, or even listen live at Royal Weekcast or twitch.tv/Royal Weekcast. We have 1 viewer right now, and that could be you. I'm going to say hello to him.
Could be you.
Hello, listener. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe. It really helps us out. Really smash that like button. Hit the bell.
Really helps me out.
That's all the business.
Yeah, that's it. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Oh, hey.
What?
Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Christmas time.
yeah, Merry.
This will come out. This will be coming out on Christmas, won't it?
Merry Christmas. Hold on.
Merry Christmas.
3 episodes from This should come out episode for Christmas. This is the Christmas episode. We talked about nothing about Christmas.
Nothing at all. Maybe you'll eat turkey. Maybe you eat some turkey on Christmas.
Get it drunk on vodka. I think there's ways because they force feed geese, right?
Yeah, they feed them stuff and make them taste different.
And I've heard that bears, if they eat a lot of blueberries, their meat is good.
Sure. Okay.
I've heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it.
All right. Cows eat a bunch of corn.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want your turkey to taste like vodka, feed it some butter rum or something. Is butter? Is that a thing?
Beer, just a bunch of Budweiser.
Something.
All right. Good night, Dad.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
What janky ass fucking hobo zoo has a turkey in it?
That's a good point.